Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chak-Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I want to get into a lesson starting off in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter and the 7th verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And we understand that the watchmen are the prophets. Okay, continuing on. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth. That's right, it says, therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth. And we understand that we're not speaking our own words, we're speaking the words of the Lord. Okay, and we know that the Lord speaks through his prophets. Okay, continuing on. And warn them from me. That's right, it says, and warn them from me. And that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, we're telling our people that the Lord will bring plagues upon this place. Okay, we see that these plagues are being sent, famine, pestilence, the sword, but we know that these things will escalate. It'll get a lot worse. It'll intensify heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll get what else I had. I'll go to Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, and I'll start at the 7th verse. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. At last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And we understand that we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble right now. But like I just mentioned, we understand that it's going to intensify. It's going to escalate, man. It's going to get a lot worse than what you see right now, man. Okay, we know that martial law will be declared. We know that it's going to be people that's going to be put into these concentration camps. Okay, we understand that it's going to be people that's going to get invaded. All right, we know that women will be ravished. Okay, a lot of you people are going to see your sons and daughters get put to death right before you. Cannibalism will be going on, man. Okay, all these things will be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's going to be worse than anything that we ever experienced before. And we're constantly warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come. Okay, whether you hear or forbear. So I read this from the top again. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. That last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's right, it says, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's that he that's going to be saved out of it? That's speaking about the elect, that remnant that the Lord will protect and deliver. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll get what else I had. I'll go to Daniel, the 12th chapter, and I'm going to start at the first verse. Okay, this is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up. And this is speaking about Michael the archangel. Okay, continuing on. The great prince was standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. That's right, in that time of trouble that it's speaking about is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, we understand that it's going to be worse than anything that we ever been through before, man. It's going to be worse than any captivity that we ever been in. It's going to be worse than slavery, man. Okay, that's how bad it's going to become out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and I'll continue on. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. That's right. Who are the ones that's going to be delivered? The elect. Okay, we understand the elect are the ones that's going to be delivered. Okay, continuing on. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's right, it says everyone that shall be found written in the book. And we understand that the elect will be found written in the book of life. Okay, so we know that the elect will be protected and ultimately delivered when the Lord returns. Okay, we understand that the elect will be beamed up into the chariot, and we know that they'll be able to see the great nuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot. So let me go ahead and get what else I had. I'll go to Romans. All right, we get this in Romans, the 9th chapter, and I'm going to start at the 27th verse. Okay, this is Romans chapter 9 and verse 27. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea. And we understand that if you ever been to a beach and you look at all that sand, man, you can't count all that sand on the beach, man. Okay, so we know that our people are innumerable. Okay, speaking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so I read this from the top again. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 27. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. That's right, it says a remnant shall be saved. So even though we understand that our people are as the sand of the sea, only a remnant will be saved. Okay, speaking about the elect, okay, we understand that the elect are the ones that's going to be beamed up into the chariot when the Lord returns with the innumerable amount of angels and the chariots with them, and they are the ones that's going to be able to see the nuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll get what else I had. All right, I'm going to go to Isaiah 26 chapter. All right, and I'm going to start at the 20th verse. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. That's right. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. And we know that the chambers are speaking about the chariots. Okay, so who are the ones that are going to be able to enter into the chariot? The elect. Okay, continuing on. And shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. That's right. So we know that the elect, like I mentioned, are the ones that's going to get delivered. They're going to get beamed up into the chariot, and they're going to be able to see the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot. We know that it's going to be 200 million warheads that's going to hit America, which is Babylon the Great, during World War III, the third woe, as well as the concentrated fire that's going to come from the chariots. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll get what else I had. Let me get this real quick. Let me get this to Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, okay? And I'll go to the 25th verse, all right? This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 25. The Lord hath opened his armory and had brought forth the weapons of his indignation, okay? And what are the weapons of the Lord's indignation? Those missiles. Okay, as well as concentrated fire that's going to come from the chariots. Okay, so we understand what the weapons of the Lord's indignation are. Okay, continuing on. For this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. That's right. So we understand that this great destruction will come right here to America, which is Babylon the Great, man. Okay, we understand that it's prophesied for this wicked kingdom to get destroyed during World War III, the third woe. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to get what else I had. Okay, I'm going to get this in Malachi, the 4th chapter, and I'm going to start at the 1st verse. Okay, this is Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. That's right. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And what's the day that's coming that's going to burn as an oven? When America, which is Babylon the Great, is being destroyed. Okay, that's the day that's coming that's going to burn as an oven. Okay, by way of those 200 million warheads and the concentrated fire that's going to come from the chariots when the Lord returns. Okay, with the innumerable amount of angels and the chariots with them. Okay, so we understand the day that's coming that's going to burn as an oven. Okay, so I read from the top again. This is Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day coming that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud. And who's proud? Esau, Edom is extremely proud. 2/3 of our people are proud. Okay, and these other nations are proud as well, man. Okay, but we're gonna see what's going to happen to the proud. Okay, I'll continue on. Yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up. That's right. So we understand that they're going to get burnt up. They're going to get destroyed, man. Okay, continuing on. Said the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's right. So we understand that once America, which is Babylon the Great, is destroyed, we know when this place is destroyed, It's not going to be a descendant of you damn Edomites to climb out of a bunker here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and build this place back up again. No, man, we understand that once America, which is Babylon the Great, is destroyed, that's it for this wicked kingdom. Okay, we know this place will never be built back up again. We understand that Esau, Edom will never come into rulership ever again, man. Okay, and we go into it about, you know, how America, which is Babylon the Great, will be destroyed, okay? And we know it's going to be 200 million warheads that's going to hit this place, as well as concentrated fire that's going to come from the chariots. But we know it's going to be missiles that's going to hit other parts of the earth during World War III, the third woe. That's why the scripture goes into it about how the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, okay? In Isaiah 24th chapter. And what's going to cause that? Those missiles, as well as concentrated fire that's going to come from the chariots, man, okay? So with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect, and I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachawadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.